Good morning, children. In continuation of chapter Language of Chemistry, today we will discuss the need for balancing a chemical equation, how to balance chemical equation, and limitation of chemical equation. Now, the need for balancing a chemical equation. Chemical equation must be balanced in order to follow law of conservation of mass. The matter can neither be created nor be destroyed, only it can be transformed one form to another. A chemical reaction is just a rearrangement of atoms, and the atoms themselves are neither created nor destroyed during course of chemical reactions. So balanced chemical equation is H2 plus Cl2 to form the 2HCl. A balanced chemical reactions in the one of which the number of atoms of each element on the reactant side is equal to the number of atom of that element on the product side. Means here 2 atom of hydrogen react with the 2 atom of chlorine to form the 2 molecule of HCl. In HCl also 2 atom of hydrogen and 2 atom of chlorine. This is the balanced equation. Now, the significance of balanced chemical equation. The balanced chemical equation gives the information about it, shows which substances are taking part in the chemical reactions and what products are obtained as a result of it. Second, it shows both the number of molecules and number of atoms of each type involved in the reactions. And third one, it enables us to calculate the actual amount of reactant and products involved for in the reactions if atomic mass of each element involved in the reaction is known. This can be understood this equation. Two calcium atom react with the oxygen molecule to form the 2 molecule of calcium oxide. This chemical equation indicates that first one, the calcium react with the oxygen to form the calcium oxide. Okay. Second, the 2 monoatomic molecule of calcium combine with 1 diatomic molecule of oxygen to produce 2 molecule of calcium oxide. Children, here calcium is monoatomic and oxygen is diatomic. Third one, we can calculate the actual amount of reactant and product involved in the formation of reactions. We know that the atomic mass of calcium is 40 mu and oxygen 60 mu. So total mass of calcium taking part in the chemical reaction 2 into 40 is equal to 80 unit, and oxygen 2 into 16 32 unit. So total mass of reactant is equal to 80 plus 32, means calcium and oxygen is the reactant side, so it is 112 unit, and mass of calcium oxide is formed, so it is the 40 plus 60 का whole twice is equal to 112 unit. These reactions follow the law of conservation of mass because 80 unit of the calcium combined with the 32 unit of oxygen to produce 112 unit of calcium oxide. So total mass of reactant means calcium and oxygen is equal to total mass of product means calcium oxide. So mass of reactant is equal to mass of product. Now next topic is how to balance a chemical equation. Take a simple example, burning of magnesium in presence of oxygen. So first of all we write the word equation, means magnesium plus oxygen to form the magnesium oxide. Now again it write the skeleton equation, Mg plus O2 is equal to MgO. Now start to balance. First step, count the number of atom each element on either side. It convenient to start balancing with the compound that contain maximum number of atom. So in reactant side, number of magnesium atom is 1 and oxygen atom is 2. In product side, 1 atom of magnesium and 1 atom of oxygen. We can see that in the reactant side 1 oxygen is more than the product. Now step second, for balancing 2 oxygen, we put the product side 2. Now again we compare in the reactant side. So extra magnesium atom in product side. To balance this equation, multiply the magnesium atom on the left hand side by 2. Now reactions again, 2 Mg plus O2 is equal to 2 MgO. Now again compare in left hand side and right hand side, means reactant side and product side. So in reactant side 2 magnesium and product side 2 also magnesium. In reactant side oxygen 2, in product side also 2. In this way this equation is balanced. Children, one point is noted here: when you balance your chemical equation, then never you insert a number in between the formula nor write as a subscript, because it will change the formula. Always write in a number in front of formula. Take another example: reaction of hydrogen with oxygen to produce water. First of all, we write the word equation: hydrogen plus oxygen to form the water. And again write the skeleton equation: H2 plus O2 is equal to H2O. Now step for balancing equation. First step, count the number of atom each side, means reactant side and product side. In reactant side 2 atom of hydrogen, 2 atom of oxygen, but in product side 2 atom of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Extra atom on the reactant side. Step second, multiply the product side by 2. Now compare reactant side 2 hydrogen but product side 4 hydrogen, and oxygen in reactant side 2 and product side also 2, means extra hydrogen in product side. Now step 3, multiply hydrogen on the left hand side by 2. Now equation 2H2 plus O2 2H2O. Now again compare reactant side and product side. In reactant side we observe that the 4 hydrogen and product side also 4 hydrogen. In reactant side 2 oxygen and product side also 2. Where this equation is balanced. In this way you can also read the example 3 and 4. In 3 example, reaction with the iron with hydrochloric acid, and example 4, zinc react with the sulfuric acid to form the zinc sulfate and hydrogen. Now limitations of a chemical equation. Although a chemical equation provides a number of information about the chemical reactions, but it has some limitations also. It does not inform about the physical state of reactant and product. Second, concentration of reactant and product. Third, the time taken for the completion of the reaction. Fourth, the rate at which reaction proceeds. Fifth, the heat change during the reaction. And sixth, the conditions such as temperature, pressure, catalyst, etc., which affect the reactions. And last, the nature of reactions, it is whether reversible or irreversible. Now next topic is, how can a chemical equation be made more informative? By using some sign and we can a chemical equation be made more informative. First one, the physical state of reactant and product can be indicated by putting sign: solid for small s in bracket, liquid for small l, and gas for small g. And for aqueous state, write AQ in bracket. Second one, evolution or absorption of heat during the reactions can be denoted by adding or subtracting heat term on the product side. Now third, temperature, pressure and catalyst can be indicated above the arrow separating the reactant and products. Fourth one, concentration of reactant and product indicated by adding word bracket dil, and for concentration write con in the bracket before their formula. The sign arrow and reversible sign give the information about irreversible and reversible reactions. Take a simple example: nitrogen react with the hydrogen to form the ammonia. In this reaction, iron work as a catalyst and molybdenum as a promoter, and temperature show 400 to 450 degree centigrade and pressure 200 to 900 atmosphere. This reaction shows that the in reactant side nitrogen and hydrogen gaseous form and product also gas form. This reaction are reversible reaction, and plus heat shows that it is the exothermic, means energy is evolved, heat is evolved. Now, second example, carbon react with the oxygen to form the carbon dioxide in and energy release. So, in arrow sign shows that the gas is involved, and delta sign represent the heat. When the plus sign of cell delta, it means the heat is evolved. If the minus sign of the delta means heat is absorbed. Next example, sodium chloride react with the AgNO3 to form the AgCl and NaNO3. In this reaction, AgCl as a precipitate be represented in the downward arrow. It is all about your chapter language of chemistry. Thank you.